welcome to another Money Marketing Monday with Nyala. Really excited about today because we're going to be talking about how to turn your content into conversations that convert. How to turn your content into conversations that convert. If you are new to our Facebook group, welcome. This is something that we do every Monday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I bring you content to help you master your messaging and your marketing so you can make more money. Now, here's why we're talking about this today. I sent you guys out an email, and it was sometime last week with everything that happened. You know, my kids was home. Their first week was last week. And, you know, everybody was just talking about the coronavirus and what's going on with the recession. People who are going to be, losing their finances right now. So I sent you guys an email and I told you guys that in this time, you really want to be focusing on three very important things. I call it the 3C trifecta, okay? Three very important things. So number one, all right, and we're going to break this down today, but I just want to give people some time to come on. And as you guys come on, make sure you say hello, okay? So number one, you really want to be focused on creating, all right? Whether it's creating content, creating offers. For me, it's specifically creating offers because right now there are new needs, okay? Somebody put new needs below. If you're on the replay, put new needs below. There are new needs that your ideal client has. And so you want to be able to either create new offers or tweak your existing offers to fit what's happening right now, okay? So number one is create. Number two is content. And that's what we're going to talk about today, content. Number two is content. Right? Because when you create offers, you also need to create content that support those offers. And then number three, my favorite, conversations. All right? Conversations. And again, this is specifically for coaches who's really looking to get more appointments. All right? You want to be able to get appointments consistently in your business. This is for coaches who are looking to grow their audience and community in this time. It can still happen. You just really have to focus on getting more conversations, right? And so let me tell you how this whole conversations thing came up. This is attributed to one of my clients, Andrea, who is a confidence coach. And we were having a conversation just talking about some of the processes and the systems and the strategies that I teach in the Market Your Message program. And we were just realizing that everything that I do focuses on profitable conversations, right? So let's talk about the first thing. One of the things that I teach you guys about is being able to tap into other people's audiences, which again, everything that I speak about is important, but it's more important now because of everything that's going on, right? So being able to tap into other people's audiences, people call these collaborations, joint ventures, right? And I speak about this all the time. And the way you get these type of opportunities is by what? Creating profitable conversations. When it comes to growing online, right? So a lot of businesses are moving from offline online right now because they have no choice. And when it comes to growing online, it's not about just selling, right? And if you've been doing that and noticing that you're not getting the results that you're looking for, this is why. It's because you should be focused on creating profitable conversations. So through me speaking with my client, Andrea, we came up with this whole profitable conversations thing. And I'm really excited about it because truly indeed, everything that I teach focuses on creating profitable conversations, whether it's with your ideal clients, whether it's with your peers, whether it's with companies you want to work with or work for. All of this is very important, creating profitable conversations, okay? All right, so again, if you guys are here, make sure you say hello to me below, okay? I believe that conversation equals coins. The more conversations that you get as a coach, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's really simple. It's consultations, it's sales calls, it's strategy sessions, it's discovery sessions, whatever it is you call them. The more conversations you have, the more money that you're gonna make. So that means that right now, more than ever, you need to focus on generating these conversations. And they're just not gonna come out of thin air, okay? And so this is why we're talking about content, because your content does a few things. And make sure you guys are taking notes. I didn't even expect to get into it so heavy so early. Y'all know I like to do my preliminary stuff. But I'm gonna be honest, right now I'm freezing. I'm freezing. I have a blanket on. I'm cold. I just want to do my training and make sure I get this content to you guys, give you my special invitation, and then go upstairs and see why that thermostat is not working right now because I'm freezing. But anyway, okay, side note. So here's what your content is supposed to do. Write this down. Number one, your content is supposed to build brand awareness. Write that down. Hey, darling, good morning. So your content is supposed to build brand awareness. So people who are unaware of your brand, as well as people who are unaware of the problems that they really have through the content that you put out, you attract them, you captivate them because you're speaking to things that speak to them, okay? So your content should, number one, build awareness. Number two, your content should build rapport. And this is something I speak about all the time. So if you've never heard it before, make a mental, write this down and then take a mental picture, because this is something you really want to remember. Your content should build awareness and then it should build rapport. So that means that people should be able to get to know you through your content, okay? Number three, your content should build a connection, all right? Because as people get to know you, they connect with you, they start following you more, they start taking your advice. That's when you start becoming an influencer because you're influencing their decisions and what they do on an everyday basis, okay? And again, everything starts with the content. Everything starts with the content, right? So, mistakes that I see coaches do is they create an offer and they're really excited about the offer. So they just go out there and they're like, oh, my name is so-and-so. This is how I help people. Click the link and book an appointment, right? So remember, I did a summit very recently where we had the lead evangelist for lead pages, Bob Sparkins, and he spoke specifically about that's the reason why a lot of service professionals are struggling, is because they expect that just from a social media post, people are just going to book an appointment and you're going to generate conversations. But no, there is a process that has to happen, right? So that's where the content comes in, building that rapport, building that connection, so that way people can buy into you and then they pay more attention to your call to action. All right, so let's recap. So number one, build awareness. Your content should, number two, build rapport. Number three, your content should build a connection. Number four, your content should build credibility. Okay, so if this is not happening right now with your content and you are open enough to let me know, put a yes below. If right now your content is not hitting in these places, put a yes below, because that's what we're going to be working on. All right, we're going to be working on the three things that you need to focus on during this financial crisis. Okay, so build awareness, build rapport, build connection, build credibility, and last but not least, your content should eliminate objections. Okay, so those are the 5 things that your content should be focused on doing. And if it's not doing, then I want you to pay very close attention to what we're going to talk about today, on top of the special invitation that I'm going to be giving you guys for a training that I'm doing next week. And you're really going to want to get all of that content, okay? All right, so let's talk about, let me say hello to who's here. Hey, Anita, darling. Hey, my mentee sis. Hey, Dr. Sabrina, how are you? Okay, so let's talk about now how your content is going to create more conversation, all right? So how is my content supposed to create more conversations? So number one, write this down. You want to be very clear on who your content is for. So everything has to start with the who, the audience. Be very clear on who your content is for. So I don't know if you remember, or I don't know when y'all came today, if you were a few minutes late. When I first started out, I told you specifically who this content was for. I told you that this content was for coaches who right now may be worried, right? Because of everything that's going on, they may be feeling that they're going to lose some of their finances right now, or it may have started already. You may be a coach who you're worried that your clients might pause some of their contracts because they're in a state of fear right now, okay? I have a client who's in the education field, and she works with schools and she works as an independent contractor. So right now, because schools are closed, that puts her in a difficult position, right? And so she has to make certain shifts and certain pivots in this time if she wants to still maintain the amount of income that she was getting, right? So if you are that coach or you are that service professional, this content and what I'm going to be sharing over the next couple of weeks is specifically for you. So do you see what I just did there? You really want to be clear on who your content is for. I think a lot of times, because we're so knowledgeable, because we're so dedicated on serving and helping people, that we just want to help everybody, right? And we just want to say, you know, this is for all entrepreneurs. But the truth is, the more specific you get, the better it is for you to do what? Generate profitable conversations, okay? Because that's what we're talking about, generating profitable conversations. All right, so number one, you want to be very clear on who your content is for. Number two, I feel like if one of my lashes is doing something, give me a second, guys. I feel like one of my lashes is doing something. Okay. Number two, you want to be able to distribute your content in many ways right now, okay? So back in the days when I first started teaching social media marketing, I would always tell people, you know, pick one or two platforms that, you know, you want to be on and just run with it. And while this still remains to be true, you still want to make sure you're distributing your content in different ways. So even if Facebook and Instagram, for example, is the social media platforms of choice for you guys right now, you don't just want to focus on video marketing, okay? Because some people, they don't got time to watch videos, right? Let's just say your ideal client is someone who's on the road a lot right now. Again, you want to think of what's happening around you right now, right? And what did I say in the beginning? Your ideal clients, they have new needs. Okay, so if your ideal client is someone who's not stapled every day in front of a computer where they can watch videos, and they may be somebody who wants to watch audio, listen to audios, and you don't have that, guess what? We run into a problem, right? Because you're not getting to get your content in front of that person. So what I want you guys to do right now, and again, these tips is the shifts that you need to make in your content right now to be able to generate more profitable conversations. You want to make sure that you're distributing your content in different ways. Now, I didn't have I didn't plan on doing this, but I'm going to go a step further for you guys just to give you an example of what that may look like. Okay, so I am going to attempt to do this on a piece of paper. All right. Okay. And I'm going to show you what this looks like. Okay. Okay. So hopefully you guys can see this right here. I'm going to give this a minute. Sometimes Facebook takes a minute to show up. Hopefully you guys can see this. Hold on. Can you? Can you? No, you can't. Okay, so it's not working. It's probably the light. Okay, no problem. I'll speak this out for you. So when you are distributing content in different ways, everything starts with the first thing, which is what I call base content. So write that down on your piece of paper. Just put base content, okay? And from your base content, what you want to be able to do is distribute your content in many different forms. So I'm going to use this video right here, this training that we're doing as an example, because this is something that I've been doing for years in my company, and this is something that we do right now. So every Monday, I do Money Marketing Monday with Nyala, which is a new training, right? Now, after this training finishes today, I have and don't worry about my team and all of that. You know, this is stuff that you can do without a team. I used to do it without a team, but I'm just telling you what's happening in my business now, okay? So after I finish today, I have a video editing one of my team members, and he will download this video, okay? By tonight, in a Google Drive, he is going to turn this video into a few things. Number one, a YouTube video. Number two, he is going to strip the audio and create a podcast episode for me. So I have a podcast called The Birthing Experience on all the platforms, Apple, Stitcher, everywhere. It's called The Birthing Experience. So every week we do a new episode coming right from this training, all right? He also creates one 9-minute IGTV video for me. from this training. He creates 5 60-second IG, and it doesn't have to only be on IG, but that's what we use it for. So IG snippets from this one video, okay? So he does all our video and audio. And as soon as I'm done today, he's gonna start working on that, okay? So that's the first way that we have taken one piece of base content, which is a video training, and we've created other pieces of content to go other places. But I'm not stopping there. The next thing that happens is this same training gets transcribed. It gets turned into an article that we post on LinkedIn, okay? Now, you may have a blog that you want to post it on. You may be on Medium. Everyone's business is different. However, you want to focus on making sure that you are distributing content in different ways. And it doesn't mean that you have to add on more work. There's a way for you to do work once and distribute your content in many different ways, okay? So this same training is going to get transcribed and turned into an article. This same transcription is where we pull our social media posts, quotes, and content to lead to our offers. Why does this make sense? Because everything starts with our offers. Everything we teach comes from our offers. And so when we start to take base content and distribute it in the way that I'm sharing with you right now, everything seamlessly leads into our offers. Is this making sense? Put a yes below. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, hold on. So, hey, Keisha, how are you, darling? Hey, Rebecca, thank you so much for writing that below for everyone. Okay, so that is what I call a workflow. And that is a way that you can distribute your content in many different ways and in many places. And right now, you need to be everywhere. Like I said, when we first started talking about this whole social media thing, we were like, okay, just stay in your little corner, just dominate your Facebook group, right? Or if you love Instagram, just stay over on Instagram. But no, you can't do that anymore. And right now is the time that you want to get yourself out there, because there are going to be a lot of people who are not getting this content that you're getting, and they're going to fall off. And you need to be there. You need to be there. When people are looking for solutions, you want your content to show up, right? So that's where that whole distributing comes from. And again, this is just a little example. We can go way more deeper on this, but I just wanted to give you an example. If you don't know what it looks like, now you do. All right. So that's number 2. Number 1, be very clear on who your content is for. Number 2, make sure you're distributing your content in many different ways. Number 3, make sure, and I was just talking about this, make sure that your content speaks to your offer. Make sure that your content seamlessly leads to your offer, okay? Whether it's a free offer, whether it's a paid offer, we're gonna talk about that in a minute, but make sure that your content is leading to what you offer, okay? And then number 4, so did we get, number 1, number 2, number 3, make sure your content speaks to your offer. And then number 4, make sure that you always have call to actions. So this is another mistake that I think people make. I think that, I don't know, people think that call to action always has to be selling, and it doesn't, right? A call to action is just giving direction, all right? So a call to action could be as simple as inviting people to come to your Facebook group. A call to, I have my mentee sis, Dr. Sabrina, who's here right now, and this about 30 minutes ago before I came live, I put a post out on my page and I'm like, hey guys, this is what we're going to be talking about. And she found it interested and she's like, okay, let me come on. And she sent her request. So you see, I didn't sell anything. I didn't, offer anything that, anything like that. It was just an invitation to come into my group, right? And so I think that a lot of people associate call to action with only selling. And that's a misconception. A call to action is giving direction. And there are many different call to actions that you can use that lead to profitable conversations. Now, remember I said that one of the mistakes that I see a lot of people make is that they stick with just book an appointment, book an appointment, book an appointment. Why? Because all the coaches is saying the only way you're going to get clients is by what? Getting people to book an appointment. So when something clicks in their head and they're like, okay, I'm just going to focus on telling people book an appointment. But the truth is there are so many other types of call to actions that you can use other than telling people to book an appointment. And this is where my special invitation comes in. And I'm really excited. So get excited because I'm excited about this. Before I give you my special invitation, there's something missing between creating social media content and then sending people to book an appointment. This is what most people are missing. And what it is what I call a system. Okay? What I'm really good at, what I've been doing for so many years, which is a system. You need a system. Where you really should be sending people from social media is to a system that does the work for you. All right? And that is a system that I'm going to be teaching you in my free, yes, I said free, 3-day workshop that I'm going to be doing next week. Okay? So this workshop is called Sink or Swim. Why did I decide to call it Sink or Swim? Just going back to what we're talking about. You know, we're heading into another recession. My coaches are running around crazy, worried about them not getting enough appointments. They're running around worried about clients that may drop their contracts. You know, it's happening already, right? They're worried that they're not going to be able to stay afloat to keep their business going so they can take care of their families. This is what's happening right now. And you have two options. You're either going to sink through this time or you're going to swim. You're going to sink or you're going to swim. And the only way you're going to swim is if you have the strategy and the system that you need to get you through this time. And that's what we're going to be talking about. So I'm going to be talking about how to recession-proof your coaching business so you can thrive in any economy. And it's over 3 days, okay? So let me tell you what we're going to talk about for 3 days. So on day one, we're going to talk about the recession-proof client acquisition system that I use right now, all right, that allows me to generate 25 plus appointments every month. That's what I'm going to teach you on day one. On day two, you're going to learn how to position yourself as the only solution in an unpredictable economy. All right. Again, right now, everything that I'm teaching you is the shifts and the pivots that you need to make during this time so you can stay afloat during this recession. Okay. And then on day three, we're going to talk about how to ensure that you're not one of those coaches who's going to be sinking instead of swimming during this time. All right. And it's absolutely free. Sink or swim. Do you guys like that? Give me a 1 below if you guys like that. I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited. And it's absolutely free. This is just another way for me to serve you guys during this time. You know, come get the information. If you're home, you got no excuse. Get the information. Secondly, implement. All right. This is the time that, you know, I should have talked about that too. This is the time where you don't just want to focus on learning, you want to focus on implementation because results come from implementation. All right. So it's absolutely free. We start on Monday on the 30th, and you're going to get a video, a training every day for 3 days. Okay. By the end of that training, you'll know exactly what you need to do. I'm not going to be selling you anything on that training, so you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, is she going to give me her market your message program that's going to kill me? No, it's just for you to come and really learn the system that you need to get through this time. Okay. All right. So let's recap what we've talked about today. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave you guys. We talked about the 3C trifecta, the 3 things that you want to pay attention to right now. Number 1, creating a new offer or tweaking an existing offer to fit the current needs of your ideal clients right now. 2, creating content that supports that offer. And 3, making sure that your content generates profitable conversations for you. So those are the 3 things that you want to be paying attention to right now. Here are the 5, I don't want to say things again, I'm looking for another word. The 5 things that your content should be focused on. Number 1, building awareness. Number 2, building rapport. Number 3, building a connection. Number 4, building credibility. And number 5, eliminating objections. And during our 3-day training, I'll be breaking all of this down even more, okay? So if you still have questions, feel free to ask it below because you'll get those answered, okay? And then let me give you my tips. Number one, be very clear on who your content is for, okay? So again, did you see how I was very clear on who the 3-day series is for? You got to be very clear, and you got to be willing to focus in and lean in on those people, okay? Number two, make sure that you're distributing your content in different ways. Number three, make sure that your content speaks to your offer at all times. And number four, make sure that you're always including a CTA, and that CTA does not always have to be book an appointment. So if you want to know the different CTAs to use, the systems to use, the content to create, the strategy that you need to be following, that is all what we're going to be talking about in the Sink or Swim series, okay? So you'll find that link above. I just want to thank you guys for joining me again for another Money Marketing Monday with Nyala. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody before I go. Okay, hold on. Dr. Sabrina said, yes. Rebecca said the workflow helps us to be everywhere. Exactly. Helps you to be everywhere without doing all the work, right? Without doing all the work. You are very welcome. Hey, Margie, darling, how are you? I hope that you are staying safe. How are you, darling? I haven't heard from you in a minute. Dr. Sabrina said, I'm excited. 3-day workshop, Sink or Swim. Anita's excited. Awesome. All right. Okay, so go ahead, click the link in the title, grab your spot. I will be replaying this video a few more times throughout the week. So those of you on the replay, feel free to comment below. I'll come back and I'll respond to you. And I'll see you guys for our 3-day workshop that starts on Monday. Okay? All right. Talk to you guys soon.